And we are back. Thanks for joining us today, everybody. As you can see behind me, I've got a few Vortex products lined up, and the video today is going to be about one of them, the brand new VIPER HD. But before we dive into that, this is going to be the start of a few specific brand-specific series I will be doing on the channel. Hopefully it's not going to be boring. I'm not going to go into deep reviews and overviews about all the products. It's mainly going to be focused on new products that those specific brands are bringing to the market or have already brought to the market. And it is going to be more to the hunter, the PRS, the long range, the race gun, that type of competitor. I would also like to take the opportunity to give a shout out to Vortex Optics for, again, second season in a row, supporting us at the Ultimate Rifle Championship, the URC in South Africa. It's a very unique series that we launched at the start of last year. We are actually heading into our second championship match next weekend. If you've not heard about the URC or you've not joined us at an event, I'll see if I can drop some information down in the description. Go and join them. It's an awesome series. It's an awesome community, just all trying to help and grow the sport overall. But let's get into the brand new VIPER HD that Vortex recently launched. Now, I'm not going to do a massive unboxing. What I will do is I can show you guys what you get in the box and then quickly do a run over on the optic. Now, I have not taken this optic out into the field and given it a test. I will do another video in future like I did with the Leupold Mark IV HD after I've given it a proper test to give you guys an honest feedback and opinion on my thoughts on the new VIPER HD. Now, when Vortex launched the new VIPER HD a while back, we actually only received these models in South Africa recently, and I really struggled to get the specific one that I'm holding here. I was really excited when looking at the specs and what they look like and everything. I thought that Vortex really hit the mark well, but when I saw the pricing, I was a little bit skeptical. So these units do not replace the new, or they're not the new, the old PST Gen 2. That still stays intact. The VIPER HD, you could say, replaces the HS and HST line, but comes in between the Strike Eagle and the PST Gen 2. So, meaning it's actually very well priced. But usually when something like that happens, I wonder where a specific brand or with a specific product, they might have skimped on quality or something like that. But before we get into that and I give you my opinion, what I think about them after actually holding and playing around with them a bit, I'm going to show you what you guys get in the box. So obviously, as with Vortex these days, you get your sunshade inside there. You've got your turret tool. You've got your rotating zero stop. They've got the ref stop system in this optic. You also get a nice neoprene scope cover. You get your user manual, no throw lever in the box. I think that is probably because of this optic being, I would say, a hybrid, leaning towards hunting and competitive shooting if you would like to. But let's get into the optic. So they do have a few models. I've been hands-on with the 3 to 15 by 44. I was really impressed when I actually unboxed one and played around with it a bit and everything before I shipped it off to a client. But I struggled to get my hands on the 5 to 25 by 50 with the VMR4 mil reticle. Now, it's got a 50 mil objective, a 30 mil main tube, and we'll get into all of that detail now. It's extremely lightweight. So the reason I wanted to get my hands on this specific one is I feel that this is probably going to be one of the better all-round options in the lineup. Yes, the 3 to 15 by 44 is very nice, but I've become a little bit reluctant to go for an optic that's 15 or 18 magnification due to the fact that at 100 meter, if I really wanted to get my zero sorted out, I struggled a little bit. And if you get an optic that's overall built very well, something like this, a 5 to 25, makes a very good hunting optic as well, in the place of a 3 to 15. So I've used and I've owned a bunch of Vortex products. I hunted with the PST Gen 2 and it was really, really awesome. So to get into the optic further, it's it's extremely lightweight. So this is 25 ounces. You can round it down to 709, 710 grams, which makes this a very, very good option to put on your hunting setup, and especially for those NRL hunter guys looking to cut some weight. Now, most of the more popular optics when it comes to NRL hunter weighs 200 to 250 grams more than the Viper HD, which really makes this nice. It's got a total of 20 mil of elevation travel, so that is less, you could say, than most of your more popular optics. But I don't think anybody that's going to go into long range is going to look at an optic like that. There you can go for something that's heavy, that's got a 34, 35, 36 mil tube. But this is going to be more than adequate, from not testing it yet, but just looking at all the specs, more than adequate for hunting, NRL hunter, PRS, and I would say probably long range if you want to go up to a kilometer, something like that. It's probably not going to be something that I will purchase to do 1 mile events, because you will be running out of travel unless you're putting it on a caliber that you do not need a lot of elevation. But I think the main thing that I would say I really like about this, and I mentioned it earlier, it's, for me, it's a hybrid option. So it's 708 grams. It's a 5 to 25 by 50. It's got the magnification I want. It has got the elevation travel that I want. If you do install the zero stop, you only have 18.9 mils. That's overall travel, so you'll probably have less. It does have a capped windage turret. Let me show you guys what the optic looks like first, and a little bit of a close-up. In my future video, after we've reviewed it properly, taking it out to a match and that sort of thing, I'll have some video footage on well. So there is your capped windage turret. But something that's cool is you can actually take it off. So once you start zeroing it out, you pull it and you take it back to zero. That's it. That's actually how you reset the zero on the windage turret. Now, the elevation turret works with the normal rotating rev stop. It's also got your place there where you can basically open it up and zero your turret. Two, I would say, main features on this optic that really impressed me. First of all, the turret. Now, the Strike Eagle's got a good turret, but it does have a little bit of mushiness, I always call it. So I'm not a big fan of the Strike Eagle turret, although it does everything it needs to do. And then if you go to the PST, that's a bit more older technology, and resetting your zero and everything, it does take a little bit of more effort than you have with this. Now, this actually reminds me more of your Razor type turrets that's got on there. Obviously, the Razors do have a little bit bigger turrets, and it is a little bit more tactile. But just take a look and listen to how good. Obviously, it's a locking turret. Sorry, I forgot to say that. So it's got a locking turret, and I can wiggle it. There's just no play in it. And I think you guys can hear it. It is super good turret. So apart from the Razor line of optics in Vortex, the Viper HD for me has the second best turret system in the Vortex lineup. It's better than your Razor LHT as well. So basically just your Gen 2 and your Gen 3 that I feel has got a better turret system. But it is tactile enough, it's solid enough. Like I said, there is just no play in it. It's marked extremely well. So as you guys can see there it locks, it picks up. It doesn't go down easily, so you can't knock it down. It's clearly marked, very visible, very easy to see. The layout on the turret's awesome. The second thing that really impressed me, the glass quality. Now, the Viper range has always had super glass when it goes to your spotting scopes as well. The PST Gen 2, they've always had very good glass, but then it was usually a big step up to the Razor line. Now, the glass in the Viper HD, I've used one and I've played around with a Razor LHT, which has got super glass. I think this matches up with the Razor LHT, if not better. It's really got super clear glass. The reticle in this one is your VMR4 mil reticle, Christmas tree reticle. So it's basically got On your windage line, you've got 1 mil, it's got 0.5 and 0.2 increments. Up and down, you've got 1 mil and 0.5. The thought process around this optic I just feel is super. The illumination, your parallax, obviously you've got from 20 yards all the way to infinity. Your illumination is a push button system, easy to put on, easy to put off. So if you put this on a hunting setup, it's going to be lightweight. It's going to be, you can't knock your windage. You've got a capped windage turret. You've got a locking elevation turret that is by far, apart from the Razor, the best locking turret system in the VORTEX lineup. You've got crystal clear glass. You've got enough elevation to take this optic out at a certain distance, obviously not a mile. And it's priced very well. It's, I think in South Africa, you're looking at around 23,000, 24,000 Rand. That's about 4,000, 5,000 Rand less than what a Viper PST Gen 2 that is extremely old still retails for. It is slightly more expensive than a Strike Eagle, and I feel you get a better optic, a better optical system, and a better overall optic than you do get in a Strike Eagle. So we do have these guys on our website, www.vanaticsgear.net. If you're interested, go and take a look there. The link is down in the description. Please follow us on all our social media channels. Please like this video, share this video, and subscribe to our channel. We really want to grow this community. We really want to make some awesome content for you guys. If you've got any questions about the Viper HD or any other products in the VORTEX lineup, please drop it down in the comments below. And we really do value you guys taking the time to watch our videos. And we really are excited to see you back in the next episode.